Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Top crypto analyst says XRP ripe for eruption, sees Bitcoin pulling off unexpected breakout. So, a couple of primary things I want to cover in this video. First of all, the fact that, frankly, we're lucky to be here right now, in my humble opinion, because the true fireworks, the greatest stuff we're going to see this market cycle, I personally believe that we haven't seen it yet. And most people on the planet have no idea that something called XRP even exists, and here we are just living and breathing it every day, understanding that there's tremendous opportunity. Look, I understand things are volatile, and when things are to the downside, get it. It's very scary, but there is no better place on the planet to make more money. There isn't. There is no better opportunity on the planet in terms of investing. The data has proven that to be the case for the last 12 years in crypto in general. So I do want to highlight that while also cautioning that we do need to be emotionally prepared for potential downside in the short term. Now, from what I've seen from analysts, I'll just tell you here at the outset, I'm not going to tease you a whole bunch. It does seem to me that most analysts are acknowledging that we're more likely than not going to see some sideways trading for some period of time, whether it's weeks or months. And there are some that are warning that we actually could potentially see downside worse than what we saw just a week and a half ago or whatever. When Bitcoin got down to about $30,000. I'm not necessarily convinced that's going to happen, but I just want to put it out there just in case, because some of the analysts that I respect and follow, just a couple of them, are thinking maybe it could happen. So. I want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say are right. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos as a fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and crypto, and that's it. Now, as I record this, XRP is at 93.6 cents. Bitcoin at $35,194. Market cap for the asset class, 1.5 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance in 42.97%. Now, people were scared yesterday. That's why, if you watch the video I made yesterday about price, there's a reason that I was speaking the way that I was, because I can gauge how people feel. Not everybody, obviously, but just by scrolling through my Twitter feed, just checking out social media, just kind of check the temperature of the room, and there were definitely some not so thrilled people. And I understand. XRP did get down to, within the last 24 hours, 82 cents. And so, if I'm not mistaken, that might be around the time when maybe it was a little after I put out the video. I can't remember for sure, but suffice it to say, I knew that the market was down and people were responding to that. But the truth of the matter is as scary as that volatility may be, especially if you're new to crypto, this is normal. Like, we're here for the volatility, and yeah, it's scary to people that aren't used to it when it goes to the downside. But for people that have been around for more than a little bit, like me, I've been around 3.5 years, like, this is just how it is. and I understand that crypto is being adopted at an ever-increasing pace. It's growing exponentially. And so I don't worry about the downside, because I understand that the pie for crypto is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so even when we have massive crashes, 50% down, it doesn't bother me one bit. And these markets are so illiquid that's one of the reasons that you see it happen. It doesn't take much money coming in or out to get these huge percentage drops or increases. But still, again, on the whole, money does keep on piling in. It's pretty damn clear at this point that this asset class simply is not going away. Now, there's a tweet here from Credible Crypto. He was just indicating some of what I was saying in the intro here, which is just that, really, frankly, in terms of Bitcoin, we're basically in for just a much larger reaccumulation phase, and that's going to be boring for some people. But I don't know, maybe I'm a weirdo. I had fun during the bear market, so even if we're entering like a reaccumulation phase here, like, we're in a bull market still. Like, vast majority of analysts out there agree we're in a bull market. It just, when you get a pullback like this in a bull market, though, my gosh, for so many people, it's just clearly an opportunity. And so then into this piece from the Daily Hodl. Top crypto analyst says XRP ripe for eruption, says Bitcoin pulling off unexpected breakout. And they're talking about none other than Credible Crypto, who now has over 209,000 followers. And they actually highlighted a tweet that I actually shared on this channel, and then they went into a little bit of further detail, so I thought I'd highlight this. And also there's an add-on from today. But anyway, check this out. A widely followed crypto analyst believes that XRP and Bitcoin may pull off unexpected rallies amid the continued correction in broader crypto markets. In a new tweet, Credible Crypto tells his 209,000 followers that he sees XRP igniting a massive bounce just as market participants become bearish on Ripple's native asset. And here was the quote. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but this looks ripe for a short squeeze, LOL, XRP. So a short squeeze happens when traders who bet that an asset will fall by going short are forced out of their positions by an abrupt increase in price. The phenomenon forces short sellers to buy the asset to avoid greater losses, which drives the price higher. Incredible Crypto shows that shorts on XRP are at an all-time high, at an all-time high at crypto exchange Bitfinex, while the token hovers above a key support level, implying that a short squeeze may be on the horizon. And this is the same thing that actually Blockchain Backer was highlighting, which I mentioned yesterday. And as for Bitcoin, by the way, he did share a chart. This is a new one that indicates that the Bitcoin, frankly, could be getting up this market cycle, maybe closer to the $150,000 range. I would love to see that happen because, as I've said in the past, the higher Bitcoin goes, the higher all altcoins go. So I am rallying for Bitcoin. It's number one in terms of market cap. I believe that nothing will supplant Bitcoin in terms of market cap for this market cycle. It could happen in the future at some unknown point in time. But based on the human behavior that I'm seeing here, I don't see that happening. Money starts at Bitcoin and then it splinters off into other cryptocurrencies as people take profit. And so given that it's just splintering off and it's not originating with some other altcoin, which is the same thing we saw last market cycle, I just don't think that you're going to see XRP or any other cryptocurrency supplant Bitcoin in terms of market cap yet. But it certainly could happen in the future. And, to those Bitcoin maximalists that think it never could happen, I'm just like, you might want to check yourselves there, because if there is ever a cryptocurrency that solves a bigger problem than what Bitcoin is solving with store of value, then money will flow to it. And if that means that its market cap ends up above Bitcoin, then so be it. But to think that it could never happen with another cryptocurrency is very short-sighted. So I'm not predicting it, but to think that it's not possible, I think is unreasonable, unrealistic. But that's the type of stuff you get from people that are, living in an echo chamber, effectively. But there you are. And so there was somebody named JT on Twitter wrote to Credible Crypto and said, "Hey, Cred, it doesn't get any more beautiful than a perfect wick tap to the 200 moving average with price action still maintaining after a crypto crash. Sometimes you just have to laugh at the bears attempting to short a rocket on the launch pad. Let them do it. More fuel for our trip to the moon." And this is the chart that this individual JT shared. And Credible Crypto seemed to agree quite firmly and wrote simply, "Beautiful, sir. Zerp it." And for those of you not in the know, ZERP is a slang term for XRP, which I don't see used too much on Twitter, but I know that it was, maybe it still is, heavily used on XRPchat.com. I haven't been there in a hot minute, though. And then there's this. Here's a brand new headline from the Daily Hodl also. "Here are crucial levels to watch amid sustained Bitcoin correction, according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan." Crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan is outlining the crucial levels to watch in Bitcoin as the world's largest digital asset by market cap struggles to reclaim $40,000. In a new strategy session, Cowan says that while he's ultimately bullish on Bitcoin, he still thinks it's in traders' best interest to be prepared for shorter-term bearish price action. And here's a quote. This is the reason that I'm covering this. Just be aware of this stuff, because maybe the biggest part of the battle, if you want to have profit in crypto, just in my opinion, is to just be able to control your emotions. And so arming yourself with as much knowledge as possible and understanding as many potential outcomes as possible, I think that can help you, when the bad, not so fun price action happens, it might help you to be like, okay, but I knew this could happen, and maybe stay a little bit calmer. And so I'm not ever going to offer financial advice, and I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell or hold. I'm just saying, when you make your own decision for yourself, might be a good idea to do whatever you can to remove emotion. And so I'm just suggesting that, again, arming yourself with the information, understanding potential outcomes can do just that. But here's the quote from Benjamin. I don't think you are doing yourself any favors if you're not considering the downside risk. And putting out bearish scenarios is not a bad thing. You should consider bearish scenarios. You shouldn't say, oh, it's FUD, and don't bother me with FUD, which of course is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. All I want to hear is it's going up every single day. You're not doing yourself any favors. If any, considering bearish scenarios helps you capitalize on it if it does go very bearish. Yeah, and I firmly agree with that, which is the reason I wanted to cover that. On this channel, this is not a hype channel. If there's stuff that sounds fantastic and it's in the news or whatever, people are talking, yeah, of course I'm going to cover that. But I am not afraid to put out stuff and it sounds like there's a scary headline. Well, that's the content of the video, and be aware of this. It's not all lollipops and puppies and ice cream all the damn time. It would be nice if it was, but it's not. Let's be adults. We can still act like children, but let's be adults. But look, this stuff doesn't scare me, but we need to be aware of it. I want to be a realist. It's fine to be an optimist also. Like, those two things are not mutually exclusive. I'm both. And so just being aware of things potentially going to the downside, I think it serves a purpose. Now, Cowan says that being prepared for a drastic move downward can mean taking advantage of a prime entry point. And here's another quote. If you operate deterministically and say, we will not see $20,000 again, and then we do see it again, are you prepared to take advantage of that move, or did you go all in at $60,000 because everyone was telling you it was going to $300,000 the end of the year? By allowing yourself to consider the downside risk, it allows you to probably have some stable coins on the sideline to dollar cost average into the market if things get bearish. Yeah, and so while others, what they'll do is exactly the opposite of what it takes to realize profit. Think the price goes down. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I already lost some, but I don't want to lose all of it. I'm not gonna panic. Oh my god, I can't even finish that sentence. And then they'll just panic sell right there. But data shows the people that don't behave like that end up faring better. So even if you don't want to purchase more when it's down, I'm not going to do whatever you want. But for the people that do want to, if they buy in higher and then it goes lower and then they purchase that, what has data shown us for the last 12 years? Given a sufficient amount of time, it pays off. And look, there's so much data. You can look at over 100 years worth of stock market activity and see the human behavior is certainly just as intact there. It's just less volatile. But the people that buy the bottoms do the best. So while everybody's panicking, there's somebody out there buying your fear, and you should be asking, who is it that's buying this from me, and why are they doing that? Might they not be panicking? Might they not? It's a worthy question here. And to that end, I wanted to share this tweet with you also. This comes from a very popular chart analyst, Plan B, and he shared the following with his 529,000 followers on Twitter. And he simply wrote, nobody who bought Bitcoin and hodled for 4+ years, that's 200 weeks, ever lost money, ever. And so this is in line with a message that I've been delivering for some time recently, at least. I feel like the last week or two I've mentioned it at least a handful of times. It's this idea that even if we're entering a bear market now, which I'm not convinced of, but it could be. I mean, whatever, if it happens, it happens. I don't think we are. But even if we are, that's why I said, do you know what I'll do? The answer is, I'll just keep holding. Because eventually it's going to be worth more than at the bottom of whatever the bear market would be. Why would I sell? Because you got to understand, for me, what it's going to take for me to sell is much higher XRP prices. I'm not going to sell my XRP unless the prices are much higher. When the prices go lower, that gets me further away from being willing to sell, while the rest of the market, it gets them closer to being willing to sell. What in the ever-loving hell? That does not make sense. And so for me, I just be patient. And if it takes another few years, fine. It's not like this is all going to zero. That's nonsense talk at this point. There's no way. And I don't know when fundamentals are going to be more important than they are today, and cryptocurrencies actually are more so weighted on the importance of what problems they're actually solving. At some point, that's going to happen as the market matures. Now, when that happens, investing in crypto, in my opinion, will actually be a little bit more scary, because right now I feel like you could buy just about anything And since the market moves in tandem, it's like, did I buy the right one? Will it go up? The answer is yes if it's a cryptocurrency, okay? The whole market moves in tandem. But in the future, when it's all about utility, not so much. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm going to be watching for it, though. And when I notice humans start to behave a bit differently, that'll definitely impact the way in which I buy and sell and hold my cryptocurrency. So it'll be interesting. I don't know if it's going to happen during the next market cycle or the one after that. Not sure. But actual adoption does seem to be occurring, like in terms of utility, it seems to be occurring at a rather slow pace. So I'm not necessarily convinced we will see it. The 8,000 plus coins, I'm not convinced yet, not at this point anyway, that we'll see them flushed out during the coming bear market, whenever that does happen. But at some point. So we'll see. I'll just keep monitoring the human behavior. But yeah, it looks clear to me, like right now, the market's moving in tandem. So no, I'm not worried at all. And again, I don't think the bear market's coming here, but just be aware of this stuff. And like, what if it did? Do you have a plan for yourself, or you're just going to panic sell, or are you going to sit through it another 3-4 years or whatever it takes? Like, because for me, I'm just not going to sell low. So for me, the answer's clear. I'm just going to hold. But that's where we're at right now. So I'm optimistic, and I think the best is yet ahead of us. And like I keep saying also, don't forget this. I think this is a very important point. You know, historically what we've seen in the past, what signals the end of a bull run for the entire asset class? It's when all of the altcoins have rocketed off. We just haven't seen that yet. And is this going to be the first time it doesn't happen? Right. Yeah, I don't buy that. That don't make no damn sense to move that. So I'll just wait patiently. I'm optimistic. The best is yet to come. But even if Bitcoin's top we're in, like, we're still going to see those fireworks with the altcoins. But I'm happy either way. I'm just saying I am happy either way. But I'll go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.